I-74.
Sensors showing the semi hit the back of the bus. Semi and bus are currently on fire. There's about 5 to 6 injured on the bus right now.
We have heavy fire on the traffic camera, and we are being advised that there is children trapped on the bus.
This is just a tragedy that no one, you can hardly ever imagine it.
But I know there's a lot of grief right now, and I know that a lot of people are hurting, and so we just need to really pray.
Tonight, investigators with the National Transportation Safety Board are in Central Ohio after a fiery 5-vehicle crash on I-70 killed 6 people and sent more than a dozen others to the hospital.
We now know that 3 band members and a teacher from Tuscarawas Valley local schools are among those killed. The students were on their way to Columbus to perform for the Ohio School Board Association's annual conference.
Investigators identified the 3 students who were killed: 18-year-old John Mosley, 18-year-old Jeffrey Worrell, and 15-year-old Kaylee Owens. Mosley and Worrell were high school seniors. Owens was a sophomore.
The 3 other victims in a passenger vehicle also involved in the crash. They are 39-year-old Christy Gaynor, 45-year-old Shannon Wigfield, and 56-year-old David Cadet. According to the district's website, Cadet was a math teacher at Tusky Valley Middle High School. Gaynor and Wigfield were parent chaperones for today's trip.
Officials say the bus driver, semi-truck driver, and a passenger in another vehicle were taken to hospitals. 15 other people were also hospitalized. The crash happened just before 9 this morning on I-70 West at State Route 310 near Etna. Investigators say a semi-truck collided with the charter bus the students were on. A total of 5 vehicles again involved. 3 of them caught fire.
We want to give you a live look at I-70 near the crash scene. The westbound lanes are still closed at this hour. It is unclear when they will reopen. The eastbound lanes reopened a few hours ago.
More than a dozen members of the National Transportation Safety Board are in Columbus tonight, ready to begin their investigation into the crash.
And we received an update from the agency a couple of hours ago. NBC4's Caleb Michael joins us now with the big takeaways. Caleb.
Carrie and Sierra, the main one is that the NTSB cannot definitively say yet what caused this accident. But what investigators did tell us is that an earlier accident on I-70 westbound could have played a role in today's events. Tonight, 16 people from the National Transportation Safety Board are in Central Ohio, launching their investigation into the fatal accident on I-70 westbound this morning. The NTSB team consists of 9 investigators and 2 NTSB personnel on the Transportation Disaster Assistance Team. They work with families and survivors after significant events. Jennifer Homendy with the NTSB says the 5 vehicles involved stopped at a traffic queue because of an earlier accident on the highway.
We have heard conflicting information about the sequence of events, so that's something we'll have to determine tomorrow. What we're doing on scene is collecting the perishable evidence. We're looking for cameras that may have been in motor vehicles or the motor coach.
Homendy adding the investigation could take anywhere between 12 to 18 months to complete, but a preliminary report with no analysis could be available in just a few weeks. The NTSB says it will begin the day tomorrow with an organizational meeting before heading to the crash site. Investigators expect to give another update to the public sometime in the afternoon. We will bring you that on air and online at NBC4i.com when that does happen. Sierra.
Thank you, Caleb. Governor Mike DeWine called today's crash a family's worst nightmare.
When we have a bus full of children involved in a crash, and certainly is the worst nightmare that families can endure, or school.
The governor did create a school bus safety task force just this year that will come up with recommendations by the end of the year. Its next meeting is Thursday. A spokesperson for the governor says the working group does have the ability to look at safety measures for charter buses.
Well, the entire community surrounding Tuscarawas Valley schools gathered to honor the lives lost in today's crash. The line of mourners stretched from the school stadium to the parking lot. Teachers, administrators, students, and families joined together to share words and comfort one another. As part of the ceremony, 6 candles were lit to remember the victims. Students say the crash has shaken the small community to its core.
We're a small school, so this was hard for everybody when we heard the news. This community knows basically everybody when you go here, so it's tough when you hear this news and you can't be there for people.
It's quite a shock because at first it was a shock because I didn't really think it was real at first, because I've been on that bus. I've been on the bus with the band kids so many times, and we've never had anything remotely close to this.
Classes will continue tomorrow, and the school is bringing in crisis counselors to speak with students. However, district leaders say they will respect the decision of many students who want to stay home.
One local trauma surgeon is sharing the impact these kinds of situations can have psychologically on all parties involved. Dr. Shea O'Mara is vice president of surgery at Ohio Health. He says they classify incidents like today's crash as a mass casualty event. 5 people from that crash were taken to Ohio Health facilities. Dr. O'Mara says in general, their hospitals don't see many kids, but when they do, it hits home.
This is one of the hardest things for any trauma center, for any trauma patient, but especially when you have kids involved, large numbers of kids. From the beginning, we have people who are liaisons out to the families. That's number one. How do we help the family? How do we deal with the family? Here at Grant, how do we have our chaplains with them first so that when I'm ready to come out and talk, I can talk to them and help it through it.
Dr. O'Mara says hospitals in Central Ohio stand ready to handle these types of tragedies when they occur.
The National Institute of Mental Health says there are things you can do to help process traumatic events when dealing with your children, including allowing them to be sad and to talk, write, or draw pictures about the event and their feelings. Also limit their exposure to repetitive information about the traumatic event. Try to stick to predictable routines. Help them feel in control by letting them make some safe decisions for themselves, things like choosing meals. And make sure to pay attention to sudden changes in behavior, speech, or strong emotions.
NBC4 Investigates dug into the safety records of the companies involved in the crash. The owner of the charter bus and the owner of the semi-truck both have the highest available safety rating from the U.S. Department of Transportation. Pioneer Trails owns the bus. DOT records show one accident in the past 2 years prior to Tuesday's crash and one citation following a 2017 crash. It's not clear from those records who was at fault. The American Bus Association issued a statement on the charter bus company's behalf. It said, quote, Pioneer is fully cooperating with the authorities as they work to find the cause of the accident. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all of those impacted by this accident. As this is an ongoing investigation, there will be no further comments. Mid-State Systems owns the semi-truck. According to DOT, the department hauls chemicals, papers, and general freight. There were no records of crashes or citations in a federal database that goes back to 2017. We're still trying to learn what the truck this morning's crash was carrying. Mid-State Systems declined to comment.
NBC4 is following this story as it develops. Tune into NBC4 today starting at 4 a.m. for the latest updates and the latest traffic information.
And for push alerts on your mobile device, download the NBC4 News app by searching NBC4 in your app store.